Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining. We are just 2 minutes of delays there till the time all the attendees can join in, and probably then we can start with the session. Just 1 or 2 minutes, probably we can wait, and then probably. Meanwhile, my screen is visible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for confirmation. Uh, Probably we can start now if everyone is ready, right? Good morning, good afternoon, and everyone. Welcome back to this Meet the SYNCHROnians webinar series in our fourth session from the Synchronians fraternity. So this will be a like user-friendly introduction and how they implemented the Synchro construction workflows within their projects as well, and how they adopted with the BIM workflows after the 3D model was ready, and what exactly worked for them or clicked for them in terms of their client discussions as well. Right. So the key idea behind this session was to, like, we generally used to have that thing as a question when we did a pre-sales or a direct contact discussion, that how and who all teams in India are currently or worldwide also are using Synchro in their workflows. So if you can have those session like use cases for them. So thus we thought of like we can go ahead with say just this kind of webinar in which direct users can probably come up and share their experience or what workflow clicked for them or exactly at each stage of the construction or project as well, right? In that way. So for today's session, we have invited one of such teams who have done a pioneer of like projects when it comes to say 3D to 4D BIM or up to 7D as well. That way, Mars Consultancy is with us, and from Mars team we have Mr. Raj and Mr. Vikas. They are they have a plethora of experience into the BIM projects and construction life cycle management as well for the project part. Probably at later stage when the discussion goes into the next level, and they will introduce and go ahead with the projects and how their team implemented construction workflows or a 4D adoption within their projects. So they will come up with that in the later stage today, right? Uh, for them. So coming to this session, Meet the Synchronous session, the main idea behind was that how construction teams implemented Syncro within their construction workflows, at which stage Syncro can help them with the, let's say, planning or a digital rehearsal of a complete project. That way it came up the idea that how we can implement it within a particular project or something. Next up is Virtuosity. Virtuosity is a e-commerce platform from Bentley Systems, which offers a unique software combination in which expert services and the licenses are combined together as a service or a solution for particular software from the Bentley portfolio. Right. Next up is the introduction to our panelists today. We are having Mars team as our guest speakers. And from our product success team, we have Mr. Anik and Tathagato. They are the kind of like support for the technical discussions or a mentoring session for the new users to Synchro, or if the user is already trained, maybe some brush ups and all on their concepts regarding their construction workflows. Probably for this time around, I would let mic open to Mr. Raj and Mr. Vikas for their introduction part and how some introduction about that company profile as well, how BIM is adopted within Mars Consultancy currently, and what all their aspirations and project related discussions were. So over to you, Raj, on this part.
Thanks, Pratik. Good afternoon to all who has joined. This is Raj. I'm heading business development activities as well as PIM operations at Mars Planning and Engineering Services since last 6 years. I have over 15 plus years of experience, specifically in international market and sort of in domestic market related to BIM and construction industry. I'd like to Vikas to introduce himself.
Yeah. Hi, Pratik. Thanks for invitation. Myself, Vikas Bowser. I'm overall having 15 years of experience, and apart from last 8 years, I'm joined with the Mars BIM India and having the total 8 years of BIM profile experience in my career. And yes, I have the international projects and the domestic projects as well, and the designing field I have brought up as well in my bucket. So I have multiple kinds of experience in my hand, like designs, site experience, and the BIM field as well.
Next up, probably quickly, if Anik and Tathagato, you would like to introduce, and then probably we can take it up further for the next level of discussions into the projects and related discussions. Yeah, that would be great.
You are on mute.
Anik, your voice is not audible.
Anik, your voice is not coming.
Okay, sorry, I just checked I was on mute. Okay, hi everyone. So this is Onik. I'm product success manager. I started my career at Bentley Systems. It's been 4.5 years. I've been in Bentley Systems. I mainly look after open buildings designer, the computational designs tool, generative components, and principally I work on Syncro 4D. And my role is to help organizations like Mars to get them started with Syncro 4D, help them in this journey through training and guide them wherever they are stuck. That's what I do. Over to you, Tathagata.
Yeah, thanks, Anik. Hi, my name is Tathagata Saha. I'm also a civil engineering graduate, and I also have a degree in my master's in global BIM management from Ziggurat. I also started my career in Bentley as a building within the building team, and then I moved to Virtuosity. In Virtuosity, I'm primarily responsible for helping the new users adopt a digital construction workflow using Syncro 4D in particular. And I'm involved in training as well as the expert services that comes with a Virtuosity practitioner's license. So that's more or less all from our side. Pratik, if you can dig it further.
Sure. Thank you everyone for the quick introduction and to the panel. And we'll move on with the company profile introduction from the master side, and then probably we can deep dive into the discussions related to the projects one by one, and accordingly we can take it up, right? So next up is open for you, Raj. You can start with the discussions part about the Mars team, and yes, you can. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Thanks, Pratik. Can you just make Vikas presenter?
Sure.
Yeah.
Just Vikas, I'm sharing presenter mode to
Yeah,
you.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a second.
So you can start sharing and then probably, yeah, you can take it up.
Again, good afternoon. We would like to just provide a quick introduction.
Hope that everyone can see the screen.
Yeah, we can see it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
yes, it's visible.
I would like to provide a quick introduction about Mars Planning and Engineering Services. We are a 20-plus-year-old company, mainly into design, project management consultancy, planning, urban planning, and BIM is something that we started back in 2012. So we have overall 1,400 plus employees across India as well as globally, including our head offices in Ahmedabad and 9 different regional offices across India. And then we are also located in US, UK, UAE, and Qatar as well, which are our international operation offices. So far, we have managed more than $7 million plus worth of project in project management consultancy as well as design. The sectors that we serve overall for design, PMC, and BIM are water, wastewater, liquid and solid waste management, urban planning, buildings, smart cities, roads and infrastructure. We just recently started one project in Assam, which is the largest road project. We are also going to utilize virtuosity, expert services. Ports in Indian waterways and BM is something that we are also doing in the international market mainly for last 10 plus years. So this is in nutshell what Mars is, and we are like moving to a next step where we want to become a firm which can be a global leader in digital transformation for the construction projects. Next, Vikas. So this is it. I mean, this is a quick introduction from our side, and I
Mhm.
Okay, thanks, Raj and Vikas, for joining this session, and that was an wonderful introduction. So, before we deep dive inside your projects and how you utilized Synchro as your construction scheduling and project management tool, so one thing that I would like to know is what prompted you to start exploring Synchro? Was it your call that you started exploring the software, or was it a client or a project mandate? So what was your experience on that front?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, being a digital transformation consultant, Mars is aware about all latest technology and tools, whereas at the same time, clients may or may not be aware about what exactly are the latest technology and trends available in the market. So, being the BIM and digital transformation consultant, it is our responsibility to bring such expert tools like Synchro 40 Pro and Synchro Control uh, to where we can present and help them understand how exactly it's going to be utilized on their projects. So uh, we we do quick meetings with the client, set up online demo or in-person meetings, explain them how exactly we can use these tools to transform the conventional process to a digital way. And once they are confident, then they become a bit comfortable to start using the same. So yeah, I mean it's a kind of vice versa process where we start and pitching the services, and then once client feels the comfort level, then it goes in the right direction, and then we start implementing the same by using Synchro Field and Synchro Control tools.
Mhm.
Right,
So we can say, I mean, to answer your question correctly, I mean we can say that it's a like ultimately it's a client-driven,
right.
yeah, decision in the end, but definitely it makes a lot of effort to try in such a way that they understand the benefits that can be realized later on once they are implementing the same solution.
Right, right, right.
So it was both like client wanted to explore the latest technology and you came up with Synchro and saying that what are the things those are possible, and finally they got onboarded, right?
Yeah, that's correct. You can say that.
Mhm. Yeah. So I'm glad that you started your journey with Synchro. I'm curious to know, like, what are the different projects or the type of projects in which you are using Synchro. If you can briefly talk about the projects that you are presently working on, and share how's the experience so far with Synchro.
Sure. So, we have started using basically Syncro 4D Pro and Control and other products of Syncro since now almost for more than 1 year. The projects that we have implemented so far, one is a consortium of the Ahmedabad Mumbai High Speed Railway project. The other one is 30 MLD Common Effluent Treatment Plant, which is a wastewater treatment plant project in India, and the other one is the Heritage Hotel in the Middle East. And we are implementing not only 4D but even also the costing part is also associated with this particular project. So these are the three projects, and I mean by showcasing such samples to via the social media platform, there are a lot of other clients who are also interested now to explore the 4D possibility with us. So I can say that three projects we are already doing, and then there are multiple projects are in pipeline as well. So,
Yeah.
we will showcase these projects later on. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm quite interested to know more about in details, like how exactly are you using Synchro in this project. It sounds like those projects are quite a big, large scale project, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, what are the features or are the problems that you're trying to solve with Synchro in this project? So if you can, I know, brief or share some example, that would be quite interesting.
Absolutely. So I think I would like to
Yeah.
ask Vikas to demonstrate some of the simulations that we have created, and he will explain further how exactly we have utilized this.
Mhm.
So hello. Yeah. So we
Yeah.
have till date, we have like 3 to 4
Sure.
projects. We have implemented the 4D and 5D simulations for the client's requirement and the projects. Uh, Apart from that, right now we are showing right now on the screen is like concentration part of the Ahmedabad Bombay High Speed Rail project, and there we have like oral planning of the project, and then we have like plan and simulation as well for the projects. So here is on the screen is like this is the 4D simulation of the overall plan construction for the entire building, like how the exact construction will going on sites and how it will be replicate in this digital construction. So those can be helpful for the end user to visualize the construction planning of the equipment and how much time is required, and based on this visualization they can get to figure out the critical path of the project, like when the material will required on particular equipment, then they can take a call on that and get the good time to purchase on. Apart from that, there is other thing is for this simulation is like they can get the reports and value from this information. Once the simulation will be ready, they have like good idea about the project, so they can take a quick call for the any of this situation, and they can get a look ahead plan for this simulation as well, how it will look after there will be critical issue on the project. They can look ahead after 2 weeks there will be issue on the project, how it will be mitigate this issue and how they can be simulate this information in the model. That can be possible with the software. So yes, this is the one example of the project that you can have the digital information for the entire
So
project.
the overall process implemented is like, generally we first create a 3D BIM models, then we can straight away use the Synchro 4D to use those models directly. We use the schedule provided by the contractors and dump it into the Synchro 4D, where every single element in the model is linked particularly to the Synchro 4D platform. And then first we run the plant simulation, and then we depute the site engineers on the site where they will be using Synchro on regular and daily basis. So they will update the site activities on daily basis, and based on that, similar activities will also be reflected in the Synchro 4D model. And then we actually compare, I mean, start creating the actual versus plan construction, and that's where it's the main benefit. Then client will realize after a month that the plan schedule was like this, and we have achieved only this much. Let's say 100% of activities are not achieved, so that can be straight away, is visible in this particular platform. So that's the main thing that first of all, initially the client will realize the benefit within first or 2 months only, where they can actually see the plant construction and the whatever against what is achieved basically.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
So this is you can see this actual versus plan achieve, simulation displaying, and then
Mhm.
if you can just because fast forward, then in the end we will see that there is a clear difference that what was planned and against the planning, what has been achieved actually. And
Right.
Okay.
so that we have a very clear schedule from the start. Let's say a project will go for 2 years, and if we are expecting delays from the start couple of months, then client will straight away take the action, to speed up the process basically. And
Mhm.
most importantly, this can be seen by anywhere. If you are sitting anywhere in the world, it can be seen live on, basically Synchro control platform. I mean, we don't have to share
True.
any emails or any videos to anyone. You just have to give the access to the person, to the end client, and they will just log in and then see, visualize the entire basically progress on anywhere, anywhere from the world basically.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
And so this is one project. So any other projects that you want to share also?
absolutely. So there is one more project is like 30 MLD CETP project where the cost of the construction is more than around 75 crore Indian rupees, we can say. So this is again, you can see the plant simulation. This is a government project basically. So
Mhm.
we will come later to on this how exactly we have implemented, but as of now we are
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
showcasing the.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So similar process we have adopted for the same, and this the construction is being done by the, one of the largest contractor of the India. I mean, so
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we will talk a little bit more about this project. I'm assuming that this is the water treatment plant project. But
yeah.
before that, how do you think that the was the client's reaction rather? Were they convinced about the benefits of this kind of an approach in construction, and are your clients also enthusiastic in using Synchro in other projects, especially in the Indian context?
Yeah. So the straight away benefit is like, they can, first of all is actual versus plant construction. The once, they start realizing the outputs coming, in automated generative forms, basically,
Mhm.
where we understand that in the government projects, there will be a lot of documentation, every single thing will be
Right.
documented, printed, etc. So all those processes, first of all, is digitized. So I guess Tathagata, we can discuss that later on where we are covering, the later part in the digital.
Okay, I think
Mhm.
one thing in that case, let's just discuss, because we have seen this video play out regarding the water treatment plant,
Okay.
and you have also showcased this in your LinkedIn pages. You have
Yeah.
used this as a test case extensively. So can you share some of the details for this project in particular? This, I'm suppose, is a government project, and what go let us go through this process. How did you pitch in Synchro, and what was the process of using digital construction in this project?
Okay. So with that, I mean, I would like ask Vikas to start sharing the PPT again from where we can actually showcase how, from the start we have, implemented this digital transformation practice basically. So, you know, this is the first of all, yeah, you can keep on that because I mean the actual construction progress on the pile. Uh, so here we can see like what is the completed and what is the pending task in clear manner where and it is going to be generated directly through the software basically. So
Mhm.
and next because so here you can see that number of piles and previous one.
I think in the previous slide, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, this one. So the like you can see that the piling plant quantity, let's say in the November it was 307 members and achieved was 303, so which was good. So we can say that we are going as per the schedule basically. Then later on, next, yeah, here is the main thing where contractor will realize benefits, by considering whatever the cost is going occurring on the site, whatever the construction has been completed. Based on that, the bills and RFs will be generated and it will be processed basically according to the construction itself. So all those data we get from the site where our site engineers feeds all those cost data to the Syncro 4D model, and then we run the same simulation and we can understand like where actually we are standing at. And the client can also get an idea like 40% of the construction is completed and why the cost occurring is lesser side or higher side. That is something that we can straight away initiate, from this fighting process. We'll later showcase the fighting model after we complete this particular example.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
So,
so we are using.
yeah, go on.
So we are using Syncro control extensively for this particular project. So if you move Vikas to the next slide, where we can showcase how exactly the Syncro controls Vikas.
Yeah, just a second.
So now most of the projects in India are on common data environment. The Syncro control is one of the platform that starting from design to up to, and then we can manage the entire project life cycle here. So it depends also on the client, like what level of implementation they want to do, but we can help them start implementing starting from designing up to QM stage. So yeah, next. So here is the case study that we would like to showcase where this project is entirely on the Synchro control platform. Everyone can see basically on the clouds. Every single RFI particularly generated during the construction stage are basically on the cloud. We can see what are the open RFIs, what are the closed one, and we can also see who is responsible to answer the same. So everything is basically on a cloud platform where architects, structural designers, MEP consultants, contractors, site team, contractors, office team, and client, wherever they are sitting, they can see by just logging in, and and including us like BIM consultant, all the documents will be placed at a single place. So you can see the design documents, specifications, safety, structural documents, uh, all the particular documents related to projects are at a single platform. So any RFIs are generated, they are also here. Any RFIs response received, they are also here. So we don't have to go and check the emails. Okay, this was received on this date. Yeah. So this is the first thing that for any government project, like the documentation is the main headache. If we go to the government offices, we see a lot of documents, a lot of racks filled up of all the such documents. So that straight away goes out of the equation where we can straight away put all those such things at very minimum, like economical rate on the cloud basically. So that's the first thing. Not only that, but even all the file QA reports, every single document can be loaded basically in and linked to the model as well as in this particular platform. So there are, I can say, hundreds of benefits that can be observed very soon once client is excited to start implementing at a full-fledged level basically. So, and it's also a very easy interface where any layman can understand. It's not like you need a very detailed training and then only you can learn. So basically life becomes very easy when the project runs for almost 1 year or 2 years, where all your incoming as well as outgoing documents are stored at single place. So you don't have to look after your past emails, etc., where you can find every single document related to the project on a single platform. Then on the same platform, as we showcased previously, actual versus plan construction, can be seen on live dashboard basically. So here we are not playing because of the, it will take some time to load the internet, but you can just click the play button, and then you can compare the straight away on the live dashboard as well. So clients sitting at anywhere, they can check where exactly the construction has reached against the schedule provided previously by the contractor. Next is like you can use the Syncro Field, and we can capture the site related images on daily basis. The site engineers will feed up those images, and through those images also they can mark up some RFIs as well. By those sort of facility can also are also available in this particular portal. I mean, so we can say like starting from design to field related, all the activities are captured in a single platform.
So yeah, I mean that's the biggest benefit. The synchro control, and all it runs on an internet browser. So that's I
Yes.
believe it's
Yeah,
really
and you
helpful
don't
for
even need
yeah.
to have
And
the
also
software
every
installed at
single
your end.
Yeah, and every single activity is basically time logged, where we can see, who have done what. So there is no, go back or like no blame game when that happens. If there are any problems occurring on the site, everything is crystal clear basically on single platform. daily reports we can generate basically, by Synchro Control and Syncro Field as well, where we just have to click on one button and we can generate actual versus plan on if somebody wants to see a detailed report, we can also create the same. So it's not like we have to write a lot of things. We can also customize our forms. If client has a very specific requirement to create, specific related things has to be captured, then we can also customize the same on Synchro Control and create the forms as per the client requirements. So that is also something we have also done in this particular project where client has a very specific requirement. So we just took the help from the virtuosity team and they help us to create exact documents that client is using in the conventional method. So basically their conventional process is being digitized by using this platform.
Okay. Okay. And now from here, like this looks like a full scale digital transformation for this type of projects. And having said that, like I would like to know the question I have in mind. Like I believe lots of other people will also have the same in their mind. Like um how is digitalization tough, or what would be your suggestion for the other people who are looking forward to this kind of digital transformation in their organization?
Yeah, I mean, so we can say that initially, it's when we start showcasing about how exactly this is going to work, then there are always questions in the client's mind that whether it is going to be a successful or not. So initially, yes, definitely, we feel it a bit difficult to convince the client and use it on a full scale method. So that's where we start and showcasing our case studies and examples of the projects that we already completed, and that's where they can understand, okay, no, it's not that difficult basically once we move forward. So and on ad hoc basis we start implementing at a certain level. We fix up the area because some of the projects are really of bigger size.
Mhm.
So we can, let's say if one project includes 10 buildings, and we can ask them, let's start implementing at least for one of the buildings that you are doing, and then let's see the results. So that's where we try and enter and then start convincing them about that. Once the design related documents start coming incoming, when the flow becomes very heavy, then they themselves understand the value of the synchro control as well as any digitized platform basically, where all their documents on date wise are stored at a single place. So they understand slowly that okay, it is going to be most certainly helpful. Also, whatever the RFIs are generated and not responded can also be understood very well by looking at the open RFIs from the dashboard. So it's not like calling to 10 different people or sending emails to everyone, keeping in loop, which is basically a waste of time. But everything is basically transparent on the particular system. So definitely they start realizing the benefits at very early stage of the construction. We can say that, and then yeah, they
Mhm.
feel it because once they get the interest, then it becomes really easy for us to start implementing at full scale level basically. So yeah, we can say that in a nutshell, like initially we can say that it's a bit tough, but later on, yeah, it becomes very easy because client is very eager to start implementing the same at full scale.
Mhm. So it's more like initially everyone is reluctant to try new things, but once they start seeing the
Yeah,
result, I mean now everyone is happy. I mean that's
Yeah,
initial push is required in the beginning,
actually,
right?
someone needs to give the
Exactly.
Uh,
push.
Yes.
yeah. And actually, not
and
only
that's
the
where
simulation. After the simulation, we have the reports and the risk management analysis. Everything you can analyze from the software,
Every
and
single
it will be helpful
activity
for the
has to be.
client to take the quick decision and the critical decision on time. Because if there will be a conventional method, there will be very tough to gather all this information on same dashboard. Where in Synchro, you have like all the information on same dashboard that you can get the critical information, pending informations, pending RFIs, pending material catalogs. Everything will be visible at one dashboard, and that can be helpful for the end client to take the critical decisions. And that is the one thing we are showing in the screen, is that this is the report we can daily, weekly, or bi-weekly generated from the Synchro software, and that can be shared to the end client, that what is the current status of the project, what is the delay, what is the critical path for the project, and those can be easily taken care or mitigated by the project planner that take a important decision on time. So that can be helpful for the project in all the ways. So these are like
that
planned it, what are the elements are planned, what is the construction, and then you can get the simulation images, visualization images as well for the situation. So those can be easily taken care by the project.
and I believe that's one of the, I always believe that's one of the, unique advantage of Synchro, that at its core it's not just only about the, animation, it's not only about the simulation, it has the core project management capabilities, just like any other conventional planning tool, combined with the
Yeah.
3D visuals. So that's where, I
Yes.
believe it makes it a lot powerful,
Synchro tech.
giving the visual feedback, and also the project management capability, project scheduling capabilities, just like any other tools like Primavera or P6, Primavera or Microsoft Project,
Yeah.
and it just combine all of them. And here you see everything, the not just visual but also the analytics on the project management. Yeah.
Yes.
So and while talking, I missed out one part that you were talking about, that you embed the link where from you can from the model you can call the links which will take you to the document. So yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, so
sure.
on that part,
So
just can you
yeah,
share?
yeah, sure.
Just a
So
second.
So for every single file, there is a 15, 30, and 45-day QA reports, quality assurance report, once the file is constructed on site. So in the 3D model, the file is located now. Let's say after 1 month, if somebody wants to see the QA report or something has happened and the file foundation has failed, then they want to definitely check the QA report. So in that case, they have to go as per conventional method. They have to check every single document on the site. First of all, they will not find it, or somebody, because the site is a constant ongoing activities are there, so documents might have been misplaced or somebody has moved it out basically. Where once you capture the QA report, you can straight away link directly into the BIM model, and then that particular folder where we have put the QA report on the Synchro control uh, page, we can just paste that link and create an extra parameter in the BIM model and can just directly showcase basically
Okay.
to everyone. So anybody can see that basically, what exactly this QA report and what was, like site engineer has captured for that particular file. So similarly, it applies for every single.
Mhm.
I guess some video stop.
There's a bit of, yeah, lag. Raj, hello.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, my audio was lost in between.
Yeah, we missed you for last couple of seconds. So can you just repeat the
Sure.
last line?
So yeah, so like, everyone can see basically all the QA reports of every single element through the BIM models and through the Bentley's Synchro control platform, where it is already linked in the model. So if we have the entire construction BIM model, we can straight away get all the reports as well as per the site activities.
Mhm. So I mean, are those reported, the QA report? Are those like, how have you captured those QA? Have you used Synchro control for capturing those QA reports as well?
Yeah, so we have used Synchro control to capture all those QA reports. So if Vikas can
Okay, okay,
showcase now and
and
see that, please.
mhm. Okay, so this is
Okay,
where you
so
keep the reports in PDF.
basically those
Here we
links
have
take you directly to the repository inside your control.
yes. So yeah,
Okay.
what we process, like we actually on the site there are a lot of test reports and QAQC reports. We have took the manual reports and created the to put this document on this page, and then we'll upload this in, create the link for this URL, and just we are creating this link and put it the shared URL parameter in the software. So there is
Mhm.
like
So voice is lagging.
I think your voice is breaking a bit,
Hello.
Vikas.
Yeah, Anika.
Yeah, I think some problem at Vikas side.
Anik?
Yeah, we
Hello.
Software
can
as well,
hear
that
you.
direct link from the software.
Because you are not audible, you can just mute or stop your camera
Hello.
just for a minute.
Yeah, I can stop your camera for a time being.
Yeah. So yeah, this is how we have implemented all the QA reports as well through Synchro control basically.
Mhm. Okay, okay. And those reports are,
So we can showcase
you
also
have
one
used.
5D sample as well, costing data associated as well.
Mhm.
How exactly we
Yeah,
have.
yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
please go ahead.
that's the main thing for the client ultimately to understand. Let's say as for example, if 100 crore rupees is the budget and 60% of the construction activities, or let's say 100% of the civil structure related construction has been completed, but and then MEP started, and what actually the cost has reached to a certain level. So that is something that directly can also be associated in synchro control, and in the synchro 4D we can feed each parameter for every single element that can be associated with the cost as well. So because if you can showcase that budgeted planning video and a 5D video, so this is how the blue is the like actual cost, and then we can also compare with the plant value as well. So we understand where exactly we
Mhm.
have reached. If the project is of uh, 5 million US dollars, then we have reached for this particular date to up to let's say 3 or 4 million, etc. So that is also helpful for a client where they have to make the regular payments and they can understand how exactly the cost is, cost overruns, or if they spend less, then they can also ask like that is straight away.
Mhm. So, I mean, when they, parallel see the construction along with this cost progress, cost budgeting, so they can question better, like as you were saying that, they know a kind of rule of thumb, or from their experience, they know that this much of cost must be, this much of the earned value should be there when we have done that much of work. And from there they can question better or know what stage they are in, or at least a health. So yeah, that's really a good example, at least in the initial approach. The client can get to know that, what's the progression versus the budget.
Correct.
Yeah. So this Yeah. So this
Okay.
video is like one of the hotel project we have created in the UAE. Like, and here we have like first round we have created the 4D simulation for the entire project, and then on the project scope is mentioned that we need to create the 5D simulation as well for the project. So we have implemented the cost part in the Synchro model and then created the simulation. Yes, the process is like pretty same. Like once you have the 3D model ready in your hand, you can have you need to like planning, construction planning, or in Primavera or MS projects, and you can link it to the Synchro software. You can create the 4D simulation by assigning each element with the assigned task. Like, and after that, once you have 4D simulation is ready, you can assign the quantity and the amount portion of the same task. So with the help of some Synchro software, it will be very easy to create the 4D simulation. Yes, you can create the reports as well for the from these 5D videos, and you can get the weekly or bi-weekly amount, that what is the actual amount will be invested in this
Mhm.
month and how much the plan amount for the particular month. Those kind of reports can also be extracted from the Synchro software. So those will be the helpful for the
Okay.
end client to utilize the amount.
Mhm. Okay. So, I mean, in last, this all are really great example, and as you have talked, and as you have talked throughout the session, that it is really helpful for the client, since they can, make the decision better. They can understand the status by having a visual feedback, and along with each and every date and progression. So so far you must have had gained some experience on digital transformation. So if I just ask you, like, what would be the one suggestion that you will give the people, the other interests out there, so who are looking forward to apply the same thing in their organization? Just one suggestion, so what will be that? Hello.
Yeah, are you there?
We are unable to hear you if you're speaking something. Hello.
Yeah, I guess there are some connectivity issues.
Hmm. Let's wait for 1 minute and let's see if they join.
Yeah, sure.
The presenter screen is visible, I guess.
Yeah,
Something with the
that
audio.
is visible. Said something with the
Right.
audio. Mhm.
Right.
Can you, Pratik, can you get in touch with them in WhatsApp if they've given any update thoughts?
Yes, I have checked. He's just reconnecting audio. Some issues there with the audio.
Okay,
So he's
okay.
just
So I would,
reconnecting Raj's problem.
mhm. So I'd request all the viewers just have a bit of patience. We will resume soon. So Tathagata, what do you think about this? Which project do you like most?
Think the water treatment project is pretty unique because I haven't really seen, especially in India, any other company using Synchro in similar kind of a project. We have seen vertical, we
Right.
have seen infrastructure,
Yeah.
horizontal, metro rails, but the water treatment plant, and especially more so because this was a government project. I mean, most of these
Mhm.
physical infrastructure projects are government projects, but
Right.
are government projects willing to adopt a digital digital method or digital approach in a project like a water treatment plant is pretty unique, and that probably shows that
Mhm.
even from the government side, people are willing to take up these digital initiatives
Digital
because
stage. Yeah.
because gradually people are starting to see the benefits, which are
Mhm.
digital a project which has a 4D reliant or a digital workflow, uh, which uses a rather 4D reliant digital
Mhm.
workflow, what that
Mhm.
brings in onto the plate.
Yeah.
So those advantages are gradually getting recognized even
Mhm.
from the government side, and I guess more such projects would be implemented pretty soon.
Yeah. I think one part, like what Raj's team has successfully done, is to bring all the stakeholders, all the contractors together,
Right,
They
and
were able
right.
to.
tie them round digitally. Tie them round digitally. Something. I mean, make them accountable. Make them accountable instead, so they where the main client can see who are not responding in time, and if there is a delay, why there is a delay, so they can question better. They can make someone accountable better. So I guess this is
And
what we
everything
need
is
more.
happening in a single
uh,
platform.
yeah, this is what we need more in every type of project. Make people accountable,
Right.
make jobs done fast, and punish who are not doing right
that
in time, or
that's
at
the
least
way of
question them.
that's the way
Yeah,
of
that's the
making
way.
construction more
Yeah,
efficient.
yeah, and I think it's really great to see such thing happening, starting in India, and such a noble project like the water treatment plant. Yeah. I think they're back. Vikas and Raj, can you hear us or can you say something?
Yeah, hi, Nick. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
we lost in between, but yeah.
No issue,
So
no
thanks,
issue.
thanks for hosting. Yeah,
Mhm.
uh,
Uh,
I hope that
I think,
we have tried and showcased. Yeah,
yeah, we are
Probably we
just
are waiting for
discussing
two
that,
of the things on your side.
how helpful this whole thing was, and thanks a lot for sharing all this insight. I believe that this must be very much helpful for the other viewers who are in the same journey, and it might be inspirational for all other people in similar world as well, in the AC world. So really,
Because
really,
this
big
gives
thanks
them a
to you.
confidence that like these kinds of projects are getting done successfully, uh, and also in collaboration with the government agencies. So that's a kind of a boost, I guess, the industry also needs. And that these kind of what you showed will give a lot of people confidence to take forward their digital transformation journeys.
Mhm.
that's very true, Tathagat. That's
So
very correct. I mean, it can be implemented on any particular project, basically.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, and let's at that I will pass on to Pratik if he has something to
Uh,
say or something to ask.
yes, probably in a 1 year span of time, like with Mars team. I do remember that for when I first approached Raj, like, let's just try out the 4D solution from Bentley on one of your particular project. So we had some long discussions or conversations that way. Let's implement it.
Mhm.
I almost it took a month or so to convince them to get onboarded on Syncro and probably try and implement it. So one thing, if Raj, you can just elaborate, like what was your experience from the, like, let's say starting from the purchase start or discussions on the technical front to once you are onboarded, how training and expert services helped you there on the projects to implement Synchro. Probably that if you can share.
Sure. So it was. Yeah. Am I audible, Pratik?
Yeah, you're
Yes,
audible.
yes,
You're
yes, you're audible.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was really, we can say that easygoing process when we start collaborating with Virtuosity team, especially with Pratik and later on with Anik and Tathagata for the training part, basically. So it's easier to, start. First of all, once we purchased, then we started the training part, and then we got the completed the training very quickly, and then straight away we start implemented. So it was definitely, we can say, a very fast and easy experience to first of all understand how exactly the software works, and then the training has really helped us to implement to a this certain level where we have implemented basically on at least 3 projects till date. So we can say that it was really easy going process from the start, and then successfully we have implemented now on 3 4 projects, so we are very great.
Mhm. So
Okay,
good to know.
so
Yeah, I
glad
Good to know.
glad
remember
to
the
next.
training, starting with the training, they were absolutely new, and I really feel proud that how far they have reached from that initial training.
That's
So yeah,
commendable.
kudos to
Like
you all.
different projects, they have different projects out of Centro. Like one is into the like STP or water treatment plant kind of project, right?
Mhm.
Treatment plant. And then when you say verticals, then they have that vertical project as well, hotel one.
Mhm.
And then when we say that infrastructure or a heavy civil kind of project, then they was also started to implement that synchro control with the government agencies that way, like RFI based all those monitoring processes he told, right?
Mhm.
So that
Right.
looks a decent amount of progress when we say 1 year span of time and three different projects. So that's a commendable job, Mars team, definitely. And yes,
Thanks, Pradeep.
so further, like on the part of virtuosity, we would like to tell how the new beginners or starting can be done on if you are looking forward to any Synchro related project. So I'll just brief in about what exactly you can get ahead on this part. Like Virtuosity, as I told, is a e-commerce platform which offers a unique combination of software plus the expert services keys, which accommodate the training or mentoring session for the technical team. so that they are also at ease with the new, let's say, relatively new solution that way, where they can combine with the planning experience with the 3D model as well, right? So this comes as and expert service comes as a complementary thing along with the license. So Anik and Tathagata and his team members probably can assist on that part. So they are very even sound on that, trained on that part as well. So let's see. And one case study is already we are seeing that from our side. So yeah, and on the licensing part, we have Syncro 4D as a particular license, which comes with a 10 hours of training. Each corresponds to 2 hours. So that way you'll get a starter training of say 10 hours, and then probably you can anytime do a R&D and then come back to us with any queries or project related mentoring sessions if required. So that way you can plan it up for your next project. And then when we come for a Syncro, like what could be a Syncro starter pack? So then it includes a desktop application plus, which is Syncro 4D Pro and Syncro Modeler. Then when it comes to cloud-based approach, we have Syncro Control, and then at site or office site to office connection. So that way all those progress tracking and things can be managed by Syncro Control, which is a mobile app available as both Android and this iOS application as well, right? Along with that, you get 10 hours of expert services in which trainers like Anik and Tathagato or product success team would be there hand in hand with on each step that way to implement a 4D digital construction or digital transformation to help you with that part, right? So we'll take care of that part, and yeah, additionally you can go for the trials and all for the Syncro control and Syncro field. Trials are available. You can start with that and go through with all the windows and those things, how the interface looks, and accordingly you can match it up for your next particular project. And alongside that, we also have a learning path for new Syncro users, which includes say recorded sessions. Some are free, some come with a like utilization of expert services keys, which you get along with the new license. So some are paid. That way you can segregate. Like some are paid, some are available as a free tool. So that way you can implement within Syncro part as well. Right. So starting from the interoperability part of 3D model and to schedule MSP or Primavera P6, that can be done. But yes, if it can be done from scratch as well within Syncro. So you can directly jump from a 3D model to, let's say, the planning stage via this Syncro approach, and then later take it to site offices as well. When it comes to the implementation, real actual utilization of Syncro comes there, like RFI based, all those discussions and all. So that way you can take it up for the new users to Syncro. The plugins and all those links are there. You can check it out after the session also, and we'll keep it within the recorded session mail as well. Let's say so after the session is done from us.
And if anyone is interested, where to contact?
Definitely, yeah. So this is the contact for this. If you can contact, you have to contact for Mars Consultancy for their project require or any project requirement is there. You can directly go up to Raj and have a discussion done with them. And if you are looking forward to start with Syncro, here's the number for India, Southeast Asia, and current APAC as well. I can be the point of contact for all those discussions on the commercial side as well as on the technical side. My product success team, Mr. Anik Mal and Mr. Tathagato Saha, they will be helping for in this region, and typically according to the Europe region and some other regions, all those team members can be paid. Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you everyone for joining this session, and thank you Raj, Vikas, and Anik and
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks all.
Yeah, thanks all for joining.
And
if
yes,
there are any
on the
other
questions part,
yeah,
like as I can see within the questions pane, so we'll take it up let's say after the session and all, just being the time constraint. So that yeah.
Okay, we will get back to that one. So just last thing before we conclude, if there are any other Synchronians who are watching this and who are interested to join this forum, please feel free to write back to us, and we will have you here. So
Yeah,
looking forward to hearing from all
you can be a part of the next episode.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So if anyone, any
So
Synchronian
we are
want to
looking
share
for
their
much
story,
more like
or
next sessions as well from this.
yeah,
So
you're
let's take it ahead.
welcome to just get in touch with us.
Yeah, so this is the fourth episode, fifth episode, sixth episode. We will keep on going, and we are looking forward to meet new Synchronians.
Yeah,
So that's all for this session. I hope this was really helpful. And once again, thanks to Raj and Vikas from Mars for joining this session.
Thanks, Anik.
yes.
Thank you.
So
Thank you all.
yeah,
Have a good
goodbye.
Bye.
day. Bye.
Bye.
Then